Hey Lowco sports fans, it's Monday, so it's time to rewind and reflect on another exciting Friday night of high school football in the Low Country. Let's check out the highlights in Lowco Lights, powered by lowcosports.com. The most anticipated matchup of the week was out in Varnville, where Hampton County took the top spot in the Class 2A rankings into a showdown with the Bluffton Bobcats, who finally cracked the top 10 in Class 4A last week. But the Bobcats turned the big game into a blowout. Aedan McCarthy passed for 352 yards and 4 touchdowns, with Amare Patterson snagging 2 TD passes and Carnell Warren and Roman Benjamin adding 1 apiece. Bluffton's defense shut down the Hurricanes' ground game, and Hampton couldn't connect on any big plays in the passing game as the Bobcats pulled away after halftime for a 31-7 win in a matchup of 2 of the top teams in the Lowco. Bluffton is 4-0. The team from WHHI was in the nest for their game of the week, featuring the Hilton Head Seahawks and the visiting Hardeeville Hurricanes, and the Seahawks had the offense clicking. Jayvin, Risher, and Semaj Robinson each scored 2 rushing touchdowns, and Derrick Raniszewski tossed TD passes to Tajae, Wright, and Kaden Stewart to lead a strong showing from Hilton Head's offense, but the Canes came up with some big plays of their own. Kyrell Jamison taking the kickoff to the house for his 3rd return touchdown of the season, and then Emiliano Santiago jumps the route for a pick 6, and it was 21-12 Seahawks after 1. Hilton Head had too much firepower though, and former Hurricane Lewis Gadsden grabbed a little bragging rights and a pick 6 to wash them down. Seahawks roll 59-18. Beaufort High broke into the win column after an 0-3 start as Colton Freeman scooped up the ball after Goose Creek blocked a potential game-winning field goal attempt and raced 34 yards to the end zone to lift the Eagles to an improbable 33-27 win. Tyleek Isom scored 2 rushing touchdowns, and Braden Moyd Smalls rushed for a score and hit Kwalik Isner for a TD in the win. The May River Sharks also won a wild one on the road as Sean Mitchell and Andrew Johnson each scored a pair of rushing touchdowns, and Tony Cooper added another, and the defense forced 3 turnovers, including 2 in the 4th quarter, to secure a comeback win on the road for the Sharks. Jackson Miller forced a fumble in the 4th quarter, and Charlie Crace's strip sack sealed a 36-29 win at Brooklyn Casey. It was winning time in Walterboro after a year without a dub, as Jaquise Martin and Keno Nixon each scored 2 touchdowns, and Rodney Wilder notched an interception for the 3rd straight game to help Colleton County beat Stall 31-18 for its first win of the season, snapping a 9-game losing streak. Battery Creek also had a happy homecoming as the Dolphins scored early and often in a 57-14 rout of Bethune-Bowman to earn their first win of the season. Elsewhere, Whale Branch took a 14-7 lead to halftime on the road at Woodland but came up short, falling 28-14, while Ridgeland scored its first points of the season but fell 52-6 to visiting Manning. Team Lowco student journalist Sam Deaton was in the cage at Hilton Head Christian Academy for a rivalry matchup with John Paul II, the first of 2 meetings, with the second one broadcast on WHHI next month. The Golden Warriors struck first, but they couldn't contain Reed McCollum and company. McCollum passed for 292 yards and 3 touchdowns and added 108 yards and 2 scores on the ground, while Joey Haupt had 6 catches for 144 and 2 TDs, and Cress Langhals had a monster night on defense and scored touchdowns on a rush, a fumble return, and an incredible one-handed pick 6 to help HHCA pull away from the Golden Warriors. Alan Wolf rushed for 179 yards and a touchdown, and Jaden Nabinet added 85 yards and a score, as JP2 racked up 468 total yards but was derailed by 7 turnovers. HHCA takes round 1 56-22. Beaufort Academy remained unbeaten and blasted Lee Academy 41-0 on the road behind another big night from Nick Underwood with 186 rushing yards and 4 TDs. Over 1,000 rushing yards and 17 touchdowns in just 5 games this season for Underwood. Mercy. The Eagles are on a collision course with Colleton Prep, and the Warhawks held serve with an impressive 34-28 win at Calhoun Academy. Cale Owens completed 16 of 22 passes for 264 yards and 2 TDs, and added 92 yards and 2 scores on the ground to win a matchup of Skeeza title contenders. Elsewhere in the Skeeza ranks, Bethesda Academy kept rolling with a 47-0 rout of Hilton Head Prep. Dorchester Academy held off a challenge from Patrick Henry in a 28-14 win. Williamsburg Academy hammered Thomas Hayward 40-12, and Cross Schools fell 52-18 to Holly Hill Academy. We'll have more highlights and analysis tonight on the Lowco Sports Lowdown, streaming live at 9 p.m. on the Lowco Media YouTube channel. For Lowco Sports and WHHI, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Lowco.